Hello, Patricia Banassi here with your Lunar Magic forecast for December. December is the last month of 2019, but also the last month of a decade. So yes, it is quite a big one, but at the same time, everything is a cycle. So everything keeps coming back. So for you, if it doesn't feel like you're closing off a decade, who cares? It's really about what you feel and about the cycles of your life that you are in and the seasons of your life that you're in. Now, for most people, December can feel a little bit stressful with all the things that are happening, with the holidays, visiting friends, visiting family, lots of obligations. So I really want to encourage you this month to really choose for what you stand for. And it's okay to say no. We think we can't say no, that we have to please everyone. Especially during this month, it's so important to really allow yourself to feel if something feels right, and then if it doesn't, to say no because you don't feel like it's the best for you or maybe for your family. So don't be afraid to use the word no this month. I really want to encourage you to just try it out a little bit more, because you're not here to just please others. You're really here to take care of yourself. So this month, we have lots of things happening, so I'm going to share with you the highlights. And one of those things is on December 9th, Mercury is going to move into Sagittarius. Can I get a hallelujah? Because Mercury has been in Scorpio an extended period of time this year because of the retrograde. Now, when Mercury was in Scorpio, there was much darker theme to your communications, a bit of a power struggle going on. When it moves into Sagittarius, it's much more upbeat, it's happy, it's positive. There's a very different type of energy when it comes to Sagittarius. So probably your communication is going to be a little bit more smooth. It will come out a bit easier, a bit more positive. And with communication, I don't just mean the words that you use, but also the way that you use your communication, which could be nonverbal. It could be through all different types of communication, the written word, spoken word, it's everything. So that will take a positive turn on December 9th. Then on December 12th, we have the full moon at 19 degrees Gemini at 12:12 a.m. Eastern time and 6:12 Central European time in the morning. Now, when there's a full moon in Gemini, that means that the sun is in Sagittarius and the moon is in Gemini. So Gemini is more of the practical, down-to-earth learning, where Sagittarius is much more the higher learning, and not just higher learning as in higher education, but also spiritual learning, really trying to challenge and see what the belief systems are. So when those two are opposite, it's really an invitation to you to see where can you use your curiosity, but also where can you start to close things down. Gemini also rules our neighbors, relationship with siblings, so it's a really good time to find closure, especially at the end of the year, right before the holidays. It's really good to see what has been your responsibility, what is it that you can let go of. And then I don't mean like cut all the ties with your siblings if something is not working out, but I mean sometimes that means distancing yourself from a situation and taking your own responsibility and saying, this is my part, that is your part, this is where it ends for me. Not the relationship, but the situation. So that's a good thing to keep in mind during this full moon. There's also a square with Neptune, which can trigger a little bit the numbing out when things get too hard, because the full moon really shines this bright light on what is not working, and sometimes that can be very painful. With a square with Neptune, that's a little bit of a harder aspect. You might feel the tendency to be like, oh, but no, I just gotta ignore that, I'm just gonna push it away. Not a good idea. So be mindful, especially around the full moon, the days leading up to the full moon, so before the 12th, but also on the 12th itself. Be very mindful not to engage in any numbing out activities, and that could be watching TV, that could be drinking, that could be eating, it could be plenty of things where you deliberately switch off and try to ignore what you are feeling inside, which is never a good idea, but when there's a full moon, it's even more highlighted. On the 15th, we have Jupiter trining Uranus, and that's a really good day because Jupiter is about expansion, is about good luck, whereas Uranus is more about really challenging the status quo. So it's a really good time to step out of your comfort zone because there's Jupiter adding that good luck to your day. And then you might be rewarded in very unexpected ways because Uranus is not a straight line. Things will come from many different directions. So that day, if you focus on that and really put effort into it, you might be rewarded in very surprising ways. On December 21st, that's when the sun will enter Capricorn, which is also the winter solstice and the shortest day of the year. Now, this is a really beautiful time because it's really about that part of death and rebirth. We slowly go to the darker days, we experience less daylight, so that when the solstice has come, we will start to experience more and more daylight. Obviously, that goes very gradually, so it's not like there's a light switch and instantly we notice that we have more daylight. But it's really interesting because that's when you go from the darkest part to really start to grow and really start to find your own path again. Now, that doesn't have to mean that you have lost your path completely, but it's always a really good time to check in with yourself. Where have I, or what parts of myself are ready to die off? I mean, this is a natural cycle of life. Things die and then reborn, and that's the whole cycle of death and rebirth that we experience every single day around us. And that's the same thing that happens with you. When it's so dark, it's a really good time to examine what parts of myself can I release and what parts are ready to be reborn again in a different state or in a different type of way. So this is a beautiful day to look at that. Now, what it means when the sun has moved into Capricorn is that from happy, explosive, expansive, sometimes a little bit naive Sagittarius, it moves into the responsible Capricorn. Now, Capricorn also rules our career. So it's a really good time to focus on moving things forward in your career. Now, I know this is a little bit of a contradiction because I just said that it's a good time to examine what parts of you are ready to die and what parts of you are ready to be reborn, or how can you focus on that growth. But this actually also applies to your career and your business. So how is it that you can really support your business and be responsible about it, because that's what Capricorn does. It's a very responsible sign, so it doesn't just go off and tries all these different projects. It's really a time to take your responsibilities in your business and really start to move the needle forward. On December 24th, Christmas Eve, we have the sun trining Uranus. So it's a really interesting night that might bring some very unique perspectives. Like I said, Uranus is really the revolutionary planet where things will come in from very unexpected angles. So expect some really fresh and new angles and perspective coming up during this Christmas Eve. We're going to close the year off with a new moon in Capricorn at 4 degrees Capricorn and a solar eclipse at 12:13 a.m. Eastern Time and 6:13 Central European Time in the morning. It's really interesting because we started the year with a new moon, solar eclipse in Capricorn on January 5th, and we're ending the year on Capricorn, which means that there's a very masculine type of energy and responsibility. So this year was really a lot about taking responsibilities and really owning what have we done and what it is that we're doing. Next year, to give you a short peek into that, we're going to start with a full moon in Cancer and we're going to end with a full moon in Cancer, and in the middle of the year we have 2 Cancer new moons, but more on that later. Not in this video. You have to check out another video, which is a short recap or a short review of what's going to happen in 2020. But what it means for this particular new moon, this new moon is also conjunct to Jupiter. Again, it's the planet of good luck, and there is a conjunction between Saturn and Pluto. So this is really a smoothly supported Christmas. It's really going to be, it depends a little bit where you are. Some places there, this new moon is on the 25th, some places it's on the 26th. But it's really interesting that this energy is in this during Christmas, also because there's a solar eclipse. And every time when there's a solar eclipse, it is not the best time to set intentions because the shadow is being casted over your intention. So the day of the new moon is not the perfect time. It's better to wait a few days until the effect of the solar eclipse has waned a little bit. But it's interesting that with this new moon in Capricorn, it's also really tapping into your career, your business, and it's a beautiful way to end the year on that note. To really think about what it is that you want to move forward to. Again, don't do it on the new moon exactly. Wait a few days before setting your intentions, because there is this conjunction with Jupiter, which actually adds a lot of good luck, prosperity, and abundance to this new moon. So I am just going to wish you fantastic holiday season. I hope that you're able to really tap into your own energy, feel within your body what feels good to you and what doesn't, and from there that you can move forward and have an awesome end of the year. And you will see some more videos about what is going to happen in 2020, and I just hope you're going to have an awesome time.